Hey everyone, welcome to Pastor Play. So today we have Tyler Perry's Zatima Season 2, Episode 4, titled Temperatures Rising. So yes, the temperature is rising on Zach's emotional state as the elevator's doors open and Fatima is in Paul's arms, though not because they were doing anything, anything sexual or kissing or anything. I will say that Fatima has not shown herself to be unfaithful, but a loyal ride or die, though she's clearly stated unless Zach does something on his end of F it all up, she's going to be done and she's going to move the hell on. Now, the elevator was stuck and they were trapped, Fatima and Paul. The doors open up and Zach walks in, all heated, and traps them all again by closing the doors and then locking them on the elevator all again. Now, Zach is drawing all the wrong conclusions, but I did think he made some good points about Paul's run ins with Fatima. It is possible, too, that maybe Tyler Perry is trying to show a different variation of how maybe a man would do it, like versus Connie or Deja, like a male version of maybe how men do it. They try to be more suave and oh no, I'm just trying to be your friend. Let's be friends, right? So it's possible that Paul could be doing stunts and shows too. I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm just kind of looking at both sides of the table, but it's possible that this could be like Tyler saying, "Well, how would a man do it?" or "What's the difference of maybe how a man would do this?" Now, different people, different conversations, but it's possible. We'll see if Paul is what he appears to be, right? So Zach, he's heated and he's not really listening to Fatima at all, and he ends up headbutting Paul, and Paul falls back on the floor. Zach literally has a hard head, and though Paul is trained in military and special combat training, I don't think he saw that coming. Because at first he did kind of hold Zach back, up against the elevator wall, saying, "You need to calm down, calm down." Fatima's like, "Let him go, let him go." And Zach's like, "I'm calm, I'm calm." As soon as he turns around, Paul tries to introduce himself, shake Zach's hand, and then that's when Zach head butts him. He's like, "Yeah," you know, imano, male ego, but I yeah, I don't think Paul saw that coming. Zach should have been like, "What's Saeed?" But good thing that the doors open and Zach and Fatima they end up getting off. Fatima's like apologizing to Paul as he's still on the floor. I'm sorry, I gotta go back, whatever. So Paul's on the floor. Zach and Fatima they get out the elevator, and then we go over to Angela. Now I think that Angela is a good friend, but she checks Belinda for talking bad about Zach when she does the exact same thing to Fatima like every episode, every day. I'm liking I like that what she's I'm sorry, I'm thinking like so I'm like that's what she does to Fatima. If Zach eventually messes it up, with no chance of them getting back together with Fatima, fine. Like if Zach F's it up, then fine. That's on Zach and he has to deal with that and own that. But until that happens, or until he does something where he cannot, redeem himself, or is given grace, or like does something that there's like no way of coming back from, give him a chance to be the better man that he's trying to be. He's not perfect, but he's trying, and he's got a lot of stuff to work on. He's got a lot of stuff to deal with. There's the internal stuff, there's the external stuff, you know but Angela and Fatima's ear to keep calling out Zach's faults ultimately is undermining the Zatima relationship. Like like I can't think of her name in Girls Trip. Tiffany Haddish. She's like, "You fucking with Gladys." Right? Angela, she's fucking with Gladys, man. Fatima is Gladys, and she's messing, she's just messing it up. And sometimes people talk about how your male friends or your female friends, sometimes by them talking in the ear of whichever person, and the husband or the wife or the girlfriend or the boyfriend listening to their friends sometimes ends up messing up their relationships. They end up breaking up the relationship of their so-called friend. And if I don't think Angela's necessarily trying to do that. She's like, you got to keep your options open. I mean, if she breaks up with Zach tomorrow, she could find somebody else. To tell her to keep her options open, like she couldn't find somebody else, is like, it doesn't make sense. If it doesn't work out, then fine. Then congratulations, you're right, and then Fatima can find somebody else. But if it does work out, then let them have a chance to be. Let them have some peace. Fatima and Zach, they're trying to figure it out, and they've been working at it. I mean, it ain't easy. It's one thing after the next, but they've been moving through the tides, okay? And so just, ultimately Angela just needs to let them be and support Fatima as needed as a friend, and just be there, to talk and whatnot when she needs to. Angela needs to realize Fatima, and also she needs to realize that Fatima is not interested in a friendship with Belinda no more, because her behavior, like Nathan, is foul, foul, foul. And basically, it's like, Belinda is your friend, Angela, not Fatima's. And Angela also needs to stop sharing Zatima's relationship woes with Belinda as well. Belinda does not need to know anything from Angela in regards to Zach and Fatima's relationship. And I will say, at this point in this episode, the writing is off, or they want to show that Angela is, I don't know, lying, because at one point Belinda had already seen the video of Zach and Paul on the elevator before Angela had told her, and said that she may put it on her podcast. But she was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But then later on in the episode, when Angela and Fatima meet at the bar or whatever for dinner, Angela tells Fatima that she sent a copy of the video to Belinda, and Belinda reacted to it on her podcast. And so you got to make that make sense to me. Which one is it? I don't know. Like, the writing was off, because that didn't make sense. It was one thing over here, one thing was said and done over here, then another thing was done and said later in the same episode. So I don't know, because usually they have like a script supervisor or somebody. I don't know how they missed that. Unless they're trying to show that Angela, I don't know, unless you're trying to show Angela as a liar, and maybe she secretly wants Zach or something, unless that's what they're trying to do. I don't know. It didn't really appear to be that way. It's just like, I noticed it, because that just didn't make sense. And I guess someone in the security office released a video from the elevator, like Beyonce, Solange, and Jay-Z, when she goes down on the elevator. And so, yeah, I don't know. That kind of threw me off, because I'm like, wait, you said this over here, then you said this over there. So, like, which one is it? Either way, Zach does need to talk to somebody professionally, because he is not comfortable talking about his feelings to his friends. He is comfortable talking to Fatima, but Fatima's like, there's only so much I can do. I'm not a professional. I'm not a therapist. You need to get some professional help. And two, and it might have been the last episode, Paul said that he knows this good male therapist who helps brothers, kind of deal with their emotions and all that. And at the end of the day, that's what needs to happen. Zach needs some kind of like spiritual awakening, come to Jesus moment, deal with the demons, deal with the cleaning out his closet kind of a moment in regards to his mama and some of the things that happened to him in his childhood. And ain't nothing wrong with asking for help, as long as hopefully you're getting help from the right people and not people who got ulterior motives or people who want to manipulate you and things like that. But anyway, in this, we also see later on that Zach is trying to play basketball and release all his kind of pin up aggression, because again, Fatima did say that she needs a little bit her oh, what does she call it? She called her her kitty cat. Oh, Roxy. I'm sorry, she called her Roxy. Yeah, her Roxy needs a break. 4 to 6 times a day, every day. Is like she's like it's overkill. Like her body needs a bit of a break, and there can be too much of anything. Like you can drink too much water, even though you're supposed to drink a gallon a day. So, I mean, either way, Zach is trying to play basketball and release all his pent up aggression. Then Nathan's toxic ass texts and lets Connie know that Zach is there at the basketball court. Again, I can't stand Nathan. He's always trying to sabotage Zatina. This is only the second season. Like, let them have a chance. I don't know. Between Nathan and Belinda, there's some certain characters I don't care for. I didn't mind Bryce at first because I thought he was good too, but now he's acting a certain kind of way because he feels like he's the victim, and in this episode he's like, I just don't understand why you're acting this way. Now Zach is kind of being a bit of a dick these last two episodes because he's kind of willing from the whole interaction with his mom. So he is kind of selective outraging on certain people, and he's more aggressive, and just you can tell he's dealing with something, but he doesn't want to talk about it. At the same point, though they are his friends, I mean, he will talk about it to whoever he wants to talk to it about. Just because you can see someone's going through something doesn't mean that they automatically have to tell you what it is. You can offer the, hey, if you need to talk, we can talk. And that's what people have done. I wouldn't talk to Nathan though, because Nathan talks to Jeremiah, right? Nathan isn't the one. His other friend it seems to be a more decent friend for the most part, but not Nathan, right? So, was it Tony? Yeah, Tony. So Tony's the better friend. Nathan is just, he's just too full of himself anyway. But either way, after Nathan sends the text to Connie, just letting Connie know that Zach is there, Connie, she's come shooting her shot again, reminiscing about the past of her and Zach and how they would, have sex here and there, no matter who he was dating. It didn't matter. It don't matter. I can make you feel good. Do you like my nails? I can go lower. You want me to go low? He's like, no, don't go low. You want me to go? you know. Zach like, no, I can't do that to Fatima. I'm engaged. She's special. I'm not gonna do this to my fiance, basically. And he's like, I know I've done it before, but no more. I gotta go home. And he leaves. And Tony and Nathan, they drag him for having blue balls. Fatima did offer that sex toy, the side chick, sex toy. So I mean, he gonna have to use something, or use his own hands, take a cold shower. She may need a day or two. I mean, I don't know how long she gonna need, but I mean, then I think he's transferring his feelings about his mama and selective outraging on different things, different people, doing it through sex. I mean, he got a lot going on. At the end of the day, Connie is not good for Zach. That's clear. He would be going backwards if he did kind of fall back into sleeping with Connie and not moving forward like he's trying to do. He is progressively trying to make better decisions, make better choices, go legit, not, not doing stupid stuff anymore. He just needs to stay focused. But there are things that are like they say, every time I keep going, they keep trying to pull me back in. And Nathan is a puller back in. Connie is a puller back in. His brother is trying to pull him back in. His mother is trying to pull him back in. That's like four idiots. I mean, well, even though you have respect your mama, but if your mama's not good, then your mama not good. At the end of the day, he can't make his mama be who she not. And all of them, if she's toxic, and he can't trust her or leave his kids around her, then unfortunately, that is not a feasible relationship. At the end of the day, I mean, yes, she your mama, but my mama don't act like that, so I don't know. And I'm not judging, but she needs help, but she has to want help. Now, at basically near the end of this episode, Fatima mom finds out that she has moved out of her apartment and that the landlord has a forwarding address that he gave to Fatima's mom from from her previous landlord. Fatima mom calls Fatima, and Fatima basically hangs up saying, I gotta go. I don't really know how to respond to the information that you just let me know that you know. So she just hangs up on her mom, and she does a drive-by to the new forwarding address, which is Zach and Fatima's house, and she sees Deja up to her stunts and shows with Zach carrying her because she can't get out of the car. She got this neck brace, and she's up in here trying to wrap her leg around his head, around her neck, talking about feel my butt, touch my ass, all this stuff, you know. And when Fatima's mom gets out the car, she's like, are you Zach? And he's like, yeah, who are you? And she's like, I'm Fatima's mother. And then he drops Deja on her butt. And then the show ends there. So, I mean, I basically gave all my notes, but I mean, so far this has been a good episode. Episode 3 was a good episode too. It's continuing the story forward. I do want to see what happens with Zach's mom, the whole story with the brother. I want to see. It'll be interesting to see where this goes this season. We're finally meeting Fatima's mom now. I'm assuming soon we're going to meet Fatima's dad. So it'll be interesting to see how all these different characters interact and engage with each other. I think it's going to be interesting. It's only 10 episodes, so we're almost halfway through. I mean, next week it'll be 5 and 6. So assuming they're doing 10 episodes again this season, sometimes they go an episode less or something, but assuming it's 10 episodes again, we're almost halfway through at this point, because this week is going to be 5 and 6. So either way, so far so good. It'll be interesting to see where the story goes. There's a lot of juggling going on between all these different characters. But I'm still liking the season overall so far. I don't have any complaints. We'll see if Zach can, I would say, I guess you could say man up, but get therapy, actually speak to someone professionally who can help him kind of dissect and dig into his past in a healthy way, and find a way to hopefully find some kind of peace with it, where it's not emotionally having him kind of hot-headed and just attacking everybody, where he can kind of pull in and dissect and diffuse and kind of go through the things that he needs to talk about and deal with and get off of his chest, his head, his heart, whatever, and kind of get some peace on it at the end of the day. Ultimately, he's just kind of willing that time from his mother. He probably didn't think about it, but now that because of it, because of being reintroduced to her, he's kind of feeling that way all over again. And so he's trying to deal with that. His father wasn't around, his mother wasn't really there, and now he's already a father, and he hasn't even really been around the kid yet. He wants to have visitation rights, and then he got another kid on the way. So that's a lot of stuff to handle. So it does make sense how he is reacting. So it does make sense narratively what's going on. So it's going to be, can he turn it around and find a way to deal with it proactively, positively, and in like a constructive way, not a a negative lashing out kind of a way, which is kind of what he's doing. So hopefully, and hopefully Fatima can understand that and try to help him. And hopefully it doesn't mess up what they're building and where they're trying to go in the long run. But we're going to see. This is only episode 4. So hopefully we got about another 6 to go. We're going to see. So if you like this review, hit the like button. Did I miss anything? Do you have any comments about something that I said or something I missed? I don't know. Let me know. Other than that, hit the subscribe button. Help the channel grow. Check out my other videos. There will be more to come. Goodbye.